Hi, Cancer. I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to this February 2024 money and career reading. This is where we're going to look at your finances, your job, your career. Where is it that you are looking at your self-worth, and where is it that your possessions and those type of things that are important to you from a monetary but also from a spiritual standpoint as well, because how we feel about ourselves and our self-worth can help us attract more wealth and prosperity. So we're going to take a look at those energies for February. We have some really big energy, Cancer, because we have all planets direct now that Uranus stationed direct at the end of January. If you haven't looked at those January readings, I'll leave a link below. And I also have the February general monthlies up as well. So check the link below. All right, Cancer, I do want to thank each and every one of you for your likes, subscribes, and comments. Thanks for giving my videos a thumbs up. Lets me know you are resonating with these readings. It always is really nice to grow a community here, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to watch my readings. All right, Cancer, lastly, before we get right into it, I do want to let you know I do offer personal tarot readings. Thank you to everyone who has already booked them. If you use the coupon code DRAGON by the end of February 29th, you can receive 15% off of your tarot reading. All of the information is in the link below. You'll be taken to my website at scorpiosoultime.com, and you just hit the personal tarot reading tab and you will get all the info, okay? All right, Cancer, let's get right into it. Let's go week by week. So we start off the first week with the Page of Swords in reverse, as well as the Empress card in the upright, major arcana there. Second week of the month, you have the Eight of Cups, as well as the Ace of Swords. That third week of February, you do have the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy in the reverse, as well as the King of Swords, also in the reverse. And that fourth week of February finds you with the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Swords. So you have the Queen and the King and the Ace and the Page. So lots of sword energy here. Cancer, really pay attention to your thoughts and your mental acuity this month. That could be really huge. We're going to go ahead and ask Spirit to send us a card representing the energy you came out of January with, because this will represent what you already went through, but possibly what you're bringing into this new month of February, and things you still might need to deal with or make terms with as you come into February. So let's see what Spirit has for you. So the Nine of Coins in reverse. So for many of you all have been thinking about where is it that your self-worth, money, but also prosperity, like how is it that you look at prosperity, and how is it that you have come this far in your career or your job path? I do feel like some of you could be thinking, I'm not really happy. I'm not really getting what I want out of my current job or my current career. I'm not enjoying the status that I'm at. And so I do think that this Nine of Coins in reverse, many of you in the month of January have been really contemplating how to move through 2024 with this energy, and you're like wanting to change it. I feel like many of you all are thinking 2 or 3 times over and over, like, is it time for me to leave a job? Is it time for me to maybe get some different type of strengths under my belt? Maybe I should go back to school. So these are all the kind of questions I do think that many of you all have been contemplating in the month of January. So let's go ahead and pull an overarching theme card for the month of February. Spirit, please let Cancer know what energy, look at that, what energy they are working with this month. So you actually got 2, so I'm going to pull both of them. So you have the Three of Air and the Knight of Earth. So the Three of Air says, great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. While the Knight of Earth says, loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. So these together feels like some of you have been feeling down and not great about where you are at with how the movement of money, the movement of your job, the movement of opportunities you feel down about. And I already picked that up with that Nine of Coins, like I was saying. And I do think that many of you Cancerians are taking February to figure out how to move differently. And I do think that this Aquarius energy is that perfect energy you need. Now that all the planets are also direct, this is a really huge time for the entire collective to be able to say, okay, where is it that I don't want to keep worrying? I don't want to keep stressing over things that I cannot change. And I do think that this Knight of Earth is saying, if you can buckle down and figure out like crystal clarity of where you want to move forward, I think this is going to be a huge opportunity for you to move differently, okay? And I keep hearing that term in my head, move differently. So really be prepared for new people and new opportunities coming in this month, okay, Cancer? So we're looking over the month as a whole here. And I think that the interesting part about it is that the beginning of the month, there's some type of opportunity for you to move into a new position, but I don't know that you're going to take it. I do feel like some type of clarity and messages could come in the first few weeks of the month. And I'm also feeling like some of you all could be leaving your current situation in order to find happiness somewhere else. And I say that because of that Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords. There's some type of clarity that comes in you moving into something more emotionally fulfilling. By the time you get to this third week of the month, there is some type of organization or higher ups, management, someone you need to talk to about a situation that possibly you don't get all the answers that you need. You're trying to seek clarity. And it does feel like by the end of the month, there's some kind of ambiguity around how many options you have. But by the end of the month, that Queen of Swords, someone makes a decision either for you or you make a decision and you're like, I'm out of here, or I'm putting my foot down. There's something around the end of the month that you gain that clarity that you were seeking. So let's go week by week and see what other messages come through. So you start off February with that Mercury entering Aquarius on the 5th, Sun squaring Uranus in Taurus on the 8th, and an Aquarius new moon on the 9th. Now, I do think that many of you all Cancerians are really looking back into January and figuring out where is it that maybe miscommunication happened when Mercury was retrograde in Capricorn and Sagittarius. But I also think that some of you all just didn't have all the information, and clarity has started to come in now that all planets are direct. And throughout February, I think this Empress energy is trying to make you see differently than you have in the past. Like, hey, there's some new people that I haven't really reached out to. Maybe I could do some networking. Maybe I need to get on LinkedIn or something like that where you're able to network with new people. Maybe you start searching for new opportunities, or maybe you're actually thinking about branching off on your own. There's some type of birth of creation after you think through some opportunities that could start popping up in your mind, especially with that Aquarius energy coming through. Now, I do think it's interesting because that second week of February is a big week. This is where we have Aquarius new moon on the 9th, Lunar New Year, Year of the Wood Dragon on February 10th, and Mars enters Aquarius on the 13th. So for many of you all, there's going to be this burst of clarity. Some of you are going to wake up and be like, why didn't I think of this before? Or those people I met last week, actually, they were really talking about something different, but I was hearing this. Like I feel like there's some kind of clarity that comes to you that you're like a light bulb just turns on and you're like, you know what? I'm sick of where I'm at. It's time to move on. I can't deal with like the emotional back and forth. You are just seeking some type of new emotional fulfillment. And I do think by the time you get to that third week of the month, when we have Venus entering Aquarius on the 16th and the Sun enters Pisces on the 18th, and Mercury enters Pisces on the 23rd. That mercurial movement, as well as the Sun moving into Pisces, I do think that this King of Swords and Hierophant, someone in your organization where you're currently at, is like, hey, we're going to be changing up things here for the rest of 2024. You'll be reporting to this entity. This department is changing into this. Or you're like trying to seek some type of information and no one is giving it to you. Like you're going to your boss or you're going to another entity and saying, hey, I had asked about, a raise last year. I was told to come back in February. Something around here is like you're not getting the answers that you want, okay? I do think this is the right opportunity, Cancer, for you to look at your own self and figure out what is it that you need to have emotional fulfillment, okay? Now, by the time you end February, we now have a Virgo full moon on the 24th. I do think that that Virgo full moon could bring up some type of news around where is it in your physical world that you are not satisfied. And I do think that this Seven of Cups in reverse is suggesting so many ideas are popping in your head and you're ready to make a decision. You're ready to move on from feeling kind of crappy. I do think that that Nine of Coins in reverse, that Three of Air, remember, you're not feeling the best coming out of January. So coming out of February, I do think you're going to have a different approach to your work life. And I feel like that Queen of Swords and Seven of Cups says, hey, you don't have to keep being in the same light. It's time for you to move on, make a decision. And I think that that's really huge for you, Cancer, because I think that many times you tend to go along with the pack. You're trying to make everyone else feel happy, and it's time for you to make your own self happy, okay, Cancer? So really take a look at this. This is really standing out to me the most. This Eight of Cups and this Ace of Swords. It's time to move on. It's time to get emotionally fulfilled for yourself, not just sticking around for the company or for your colleagues. Make sure you're making your decisions for yourself, okay? So February is going to be a big month for you all, Cancer. So take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs as well. And if you need any type of clarity, if you would like a personal tarot reading from me, take a look at the description box below and we can have a conversation. All right, you all, I'll talk to you all later.